As a man, you might think that the world today is very hostile to men. We are told that men are strong and women are weak. However, this is not the case. Let me explain. The legal system, especially family law, places women in a privileged position in divorce, so many men end up paying spousal or child support. Men realize that the motive for marriage is almost non-existent. The family structure of the past made sense. In fact, this is how countries like the United States developed. In the 1950s, masculinity was powerful and revered, and now there is a lot of talk against it. For these reasons and more, as I'll explain later, men are thinking about living truly independent lives, away from women who might deprive them. So stay tuned and let's start the video now. You'll find out why most men don't want to get married again. Some of the insights are absolutely interesting. Now back to the video. In the next few minutes, I'll share how men view marriage. I'm sure you have a good idea of their motives for not considering marriage. A good choice. I know people who should get married who would make great husbands and fathers, but just didn't take the blue pill. There are many reasons why they don't want to get married. I'll share with you why and some of my personal observations. We're just too busy. We spend time with a roof over our heads, busy with school and trying to improve. Too busy just to survive. Busy ignoring society's hostility to men. We love chasing our hobbies, working on hot rod music, being busy and everything in between. While trying to escape the daily hustle and bustle, we found something that made us passionate about the lack of high-quality women. It might come as a surprise, but men have standards too. We need a partner who is attractive, reliable, and really understands DIY, cooking, cleaning, baby care, and all those good things. Mixed tattoos. A woman with too many bad decisions, bad debts, and bad habits is unattractive and useless to a wife. Honestly, it might be surprising, but some men don't want an overnight stand. We can't waste time on losers. No man or woman, wants to be a woman's 20th, 40th, or 60th sex partner. We don't want a drunk dog. We don't want a girl with astronomical numbers. We don't want to be the fathers of other people's children. We don't want feminists. We don't want eligible women. What we need is a woman who is graceful, feminine, and trustworthy. Is it clear what most men want in a woman and what they don't? We can't afford it. Because of feminism, women have moved from home to the workplace. While not exactly scary, this is creating a surplus of workers, with men now having to compete with women for jobs. The government wants more workers to increase GDP and collect more taxes. Interestingly, the cost of living increases every year while wages remain low or stagnant. We cannot be the provider we are used to being. High student loan debt is also a problem. By the way, we don't want to pay anyone's college debt, let alone someone who's done gender studies. No one wants to be the breadwinner of his future family. So we put off getting married or don't think about it at all. We are tired of being ATMs. Horror stories made me realize there were abusers out there, and I despise them just as much. Abusive or cheating wives ruin the lives of decent men just because they can. You can lie about it because almost everyone puts women's positions over men's and ends up blaming men for the situation. Today's model of domestic law enforcement in Duluth is oppressive to men. Spells are guilty until proven innocent, not the other way around. No-fault divorce, now obsolete by better technology and medicine, has turned marriage into a financial planning tool for women. Another cog in the matrix wheel. When marriages end up in the genocentric system of divorce and family courts, laws and judgments are often designed for men. Men realize that getting married is a legally and financially risky decision. No sane person wants to pay 18 years of alimony to a cheating spouse or raise a child that doesn't even belong to him. However, this happens with frustrating frequency. No, thank you. Being single is a choice many men have made, and most of them are happier than ever. It's too late. Feminism makes women put their careers above their families. Your career is your baby. In fact, the social contract between men and women today has largely disappeared. Women gave up their reproductive years to pursue a college education or even a degree that they never needed. They don't really enjoy building a career they don't want to keep, or just celebrating it and finding themselves by experiencing as many sexual partners as possible. Around age 30, the ticking of your biological clock becomes too big to ignore when you hit a wall, and despair begins to really serve your life. Once wealthy men have turned to younger models, the majority of the few men who are now available are married into old age and retirement, due to the need to lower fertility-related standards, unable to get through the justice system or not wanting to raise children well. We are tired of games. There are too many mind games, too much dishonesty, too many heartbeats for legitimate, capricious, superficial, and distant women. We're fed up with mixed signals. Overly strong and independent women who use men to get free gifts and free food. Most girls I've dated thought this guy was picky. Modern women like to complain about bastards, narcissists, and lecherous men, but only about men and feminists who demand chivalry in men. Please make up your mind. No responsibility at all. We have given up. For nearly 60 years, people have been telling us that we are childish, immature, worthless, brutes, potential rapists, clods, and fools. A woman needs a man like a fish needs a bicycle. The future is women. Boys are fools. Girl power. We get it. The education of boys is no longer a priority. Boys' games are violent and are therefore prohibited on the playground. Boys show high energy, so we treat and brainwash them to be as docile as girls in class. Don't forget to make TikTok videos too. This is from elementary school to high school. If we don't drop out, we might get into college. When a boy fights, nobody cares. If a girl fights, it's the end of the world. Everyone says you are poor. At the university, women are both favored and oppressed. The way they are prioritized is that some countries offer them cheaper tuition fees for their degrees, so men are more likely to study engineering and computer science. Men should follow feminist lines or be seen as patriarchal villains. It may seem like a diverse world, but at the same time, some issues are so binary. Men don't go to college anymore. Trade schools are more affordable and provide us with decent, well-paying jobs to support ourselves. We also create added value for society. Despite these so-called unskilled jobs, society does not want our space with men to be attacked and destroyed. So let's keep to ourselves for now. At the same time, the women whose mental programs told them to marry, fewer men to marry. Being a husband and father used to mean prestige. Now married men are seen only as sources of income and providers. Decades ago, the adage that behind every good man there is a better woman was little more than a story. Women used to inspire men to do great things and keep them around. Women these days tend to have a plan B, in some cases the entire alphabet. The crazy thing is, they already have a plan B before it gets started. The tip we got was that you don't want us around unless you need something like attention, reassurance, or resources. If you don't like it, you can only blame mom and grandma themselves. Shall we leave you alone? Completed. We will not come back to you. Do you want patriarchy to disappear? You have it. Enjoy being in charge. Remember, your time is precious. Take the first step. Don't waste time. Choose your man carefully. Such a dose of reality and truth that most people ignore, isn't it? If you were wondering why men don't marry, but now you know. Statistics show that 50% of marriages end in divorce, and only 5% of marriages are successful. Did you know that Einstein also got divorced? Even the smartest people suffer, so no matter what you do, or if you want to get married, maybe she has red flags to think about. Sometimes everything has its downsides. Make your own decision, but right now, I'm not thinking about getting married. I hope you learned something new from this video. I wish you not only success, but also happiness. Now it is your turn. What do you think? Have you ever heard a man say why he doesn't get married? If yes, what did she say? What's your reason for not getting married? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you found this video useful, please click the like and subscribe buttons, comment and share. See you in the next video.